Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 438. Phil Graham here, and today we're going to be talking about why your Instagram ads might not be converting or selling and what you can do about it instead. So it is the last day of September. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Let's say you're running Instagram ads and they're getting some likes, maybe they're getting some engagement, but they're not producing any sales or they're not giving you enough sales. What do you do? Well, today I'm going to be sharing what I think the top 3 reasons are why many Instagram ads aren't converting and how you can work to try and fix them. Now, there's a lot more reasons than 3 that could be affecting that, but the 3 I'm sharing today, I think are some of the most important ones and the most common and can potentially make a very big difference. Before we jump into the content, if you guys are looking for any help with your ads, your marketing, or your AI, you might want some one-on-one coaching, or maybe you want somebody to just do it for you. For either one of those things, you can go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and we can schedule a short Zoom call, and I would love to connect with you. So I want to keep this episode short, sweet, full of value, and very actionable as usual. And let's talk about 3 reasons or mistakes you might be making that could cause your Instagram ads to fail. Now, this could also be true of Facebook ads as well. It's not exclusive to Instagram, but today we are specifically talking about Instagram. And mistake number 1 that is so common is that you may have targeting that is way too broad. Now, I see a lot of, so-called gurus, fake gurus, etc., saying that all you need is Advantage Plus audiences. You just need these big, broad audiences of 50 million people, and you're good to go. And that is not true. Sometimes they can work well, but other times they take forever or never to work, and they're horrible. So you should be testing different types of audiences, not just large, broad audiences. You should be testing segmented audiences, retargeting, lookalikes, and different combinations of demographics and behaviors, because sometimes those can be game changers. So when you're targeting, if you're trying to really reach everyone with your ad, the entire world with the same message, then essentially you're reaching probably no one. Instagram has a really powerful algorithm, but it needs your help. It needs some direction from you. What I recommend is, of course, run Advantage Plus, run some big broad audiences. However, in addition to that, create some ads that have smaller, and when I say smaller, I mean, I'm still talking 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million people. Still a lot of people, but smaller than 100 million. So run ads that have some smaller segmented audiences that are segmented by maybe a combination of demographics, location, behaviors, and interests. And then with those segmented audiences, as well as custom audiences and retargeting and lookalikes and things like that, you can create ad copy on Instagram, as well as your actual creative, your video or your image that directly speaks to the types of people in the segmented audience that you're targeting. And that could be a big game changer. So make sure you're not just doing broad and that's it. Make sure you're doing segmented audiences. You're matching the audience with ad copy that speaks directly to them as well, and a video that speaks directly to them. And then use that data to make smart decisions. Mistake number 2 is super common. A lot of people do this, and that is using visuals that do not really match your brand or your message. So Instagram is a visual first platform, and if you have images or videos that do not stop the scroll, if it doesn't resonate with your ideal audience, if it doesn't really align with your brand, then a lot of people are just going to skip over it. And it doesn't matter at that point what you sell or how good you are. If you didn't get their attention in the first place, it's like you don't exist. So you've got to have visuals that really hook your audience. That's very important. You know what a lot of people do? They use visuals like images and videos. They use ones that are similar to what they're used to seeing on Instagram. But the problem is, if you're used to seeing it, guess what? So is everybody else. And if everybody's used to seeing it, do you really stand out? And the answer is probably not. Imagine you have a website and you want to bold some specific words so they really stand out. Well, if you bold a few words here and there, that's going to work. It's going to stand out. But what if you bolded every word on the website? It would all be bold. None of it would stand out because it would all be the same. And that's how a lot of people run Instagram ads. They use videos and images that do not stand out, that don't get attention. So what I recommend is, number one, try and do the opposite of what you're used to seeing so it actually stands out. Make sure that when your ideal audience is going to scroll by it, that it catches their attention. And then obviously make sure it aligns with your brand as well. And that could be a game changer. And last but not least, the third mistake why your Instagram ads may not be converting. So many people are always just selling 100% of the time instead of actually building trust, getting some credibility, and giving value first. So many advertisers are not connecting with their ideal audience first. I want you to think about this for a second. When people want to buy something, whether it's a product or service, what they're buying matters, but who they choose to buy from matters just as much, if not even more. And so if you're only pitching your product or service and you're not demonstrating how you're different than others and how that benefits them, and you're not really connecting with your ideal audience, and you're not giving them any kind of value first, then they're probably not going to trust you, and it's probably not going to do very good for you in your ads. So of course, you can have plenty of ads that go for the sale, but in addition to that, run some Instagram ads that are giving value and that are connecting with your audience, that are talking to them about where they're at right now, whatever problem it is you solve or thing that you help them achieve, even if it's just putting more fun into their life. Whether you have a product or service or local business, whatever the case may be, you can think of ways to give value in an ad, and you can really connect with your audience before pitching, before selling. So to kind of summarize, I think so many Instagram ads are not converting because people are just targeting broad audiences with generic copy that doesn't work very well. And they're using videos and images that look like everybody else and everything else, and they're not standing out. And lastly, they're just always selling and never really connecting with their audience first or giving value. So if you can take these mistakes into account and try and do the opposite of them with your ads, you never know, could be a big game changer for you. And lastly, I want to mention, are these surefire magic buttons for success? No, nothing is, because there's always lots of variables. A lot of fake gurus will tell you different, but there's so many variables in every situation. That's why I'm always telling you guys to learn how to get good at evaluating data. I would absolutely be testing these things and then following the data. What you do first might not work. You might have to adjust it. You might have to try some different things or different creatives. Keep testing and adapting to the data. And that could be something that really changes how you run ads in such a positive way. And as always, just a reminder, it's always important to point out that every business is unique. Results can vary. There's no guaranteed outcomes. So always keep that in mind. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have questions, let me know. philgrahamdigital.com is the website, or DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital. Otherwise, episode 438 is in the books. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have another great episode next week for the first episode of October. Excited for that. And until then, I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.